I used to like Tessa Thompson. I enjoyed her in Creed, I enjoyed her in Thor Ragnarok, but then all of a sudden, some things have come to light today which were actually said back in 2018. That is going to make people now look at it and think, have you turned into the brand new Brie Larson? So what we're going to take a look at is, this coming from Bounding into Comics, but also Mecha Random brought it to everyone's attention on Twitter. So, Bounding into Comics, Thor actor Tessa Thompson doesn't want to work with a bunch of white people and a bunch of men. Thor Ragnarok actor Tessa Thompson stated she didn't want to work with a bunch of white people and a bunch of men. YouTuber Mecha Random brought her comments to our attention in a recent video. Thompson's comments were made in November 2018 while at the European premiere of Creed 2. As reported by The Independent, Thompson told the Press Association, "I don't want to show up on set and just see a bunch of white people. No offence." She added, "And I don't want to work in the company of a bunch of men. No offence." And the thing is, before we carry on with the article, when someone says, "Oh, no offence, no offence," they literally mean, yeah, this offends me, and I don't care if it offends you, this is what I think, because what I think is great. Thompson continued, "I want to see work that really looks like the world in which we live. There are lots of people of colour, look around. It's also really exciting, not just what we put on screen, but also to work on productions that are inclusive. I want to show up on set and have it look like the world I walk around in every day, which is full of women, people of colour, folks with disabilities. I want to make content that feels like both the on camera and off it." While discussing her role as Bianca Taylor in Creed, Thompson also stated, "I hope we get to a space where there's so much content where women are just what we are, which is multifaceted and dynamic, so it's not noteworthy when one appears in a film." So she's basically saying now people still, like, oh, women in film, oh, they're this, they're that, Brie Larson this, Brie Larson that. Brie Larson, she ruined Marvel. She ruined Captain Marvel hands down because of what she said. But then you have Wonder Woman. Fantastic movie. Gal Gadot is amazing as Wonder Woman. She's the perfect Diana. Then you got Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Fantastic again. This is the thing. These people, because it's almost like they're not front and centre, they have to say, oh, well, I want this, just so they can get a bit of attention thrown on themselves. What's really interesting about Thompson's comments is that it doesn't appear she actually practices what she preaches. Since her comments in 2018, Thompson has starred in Avengers Endgame, Men in Black International, and Lady and the Tramp, Sylvie's Love, and Westworld Season 3. All feature white people and men. Avengers Endgame features a number of white actors and men, including Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, who she also starred with in Men in Black, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, Jeremy Renner, Paul Rudd, Benedict Cumberbatch, Scarlett Johansson, Brie Larson, and Tom Holland. The film was directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. Men in Black International also features a number of white actors and men, including the aforementioned Hemsworth, Liam Neeson, and Raph Spall. The movie was written by Matthew Holloway and Art McComb, and it was directed by F. Gary Gray. Lady and the Tramp was directed by Charlie Bean and written by Andrew... I'm not going to say his name, do apologise. The film stars Justin Theroux, Sam Elliott, Clancy Brown, and James Bentley. In Sylvie's Love, she stars a number of men, including... I'm not going to try and pronounce that, because I don't want to get it wrong. Tone Bell, Alano Miller, Reggie Jean or Page, Lance Reddick, John Magar, and Ron Funches. Finally, Westworld Season 3 also features a number of men, including Jeffrey White, Ed Harris, Luke Hemsworth, Simon Quarterman, Rodrigo Santoro, Jimmy Simpson, Leonardo Nam, and Ptolemy Solcombe? Do apologize if I'm saying that wrong. As Mecha Random also points out, Disney Executive Chairman and former CEO is Bob Iger, and the head of Marvel Studios is Kevin Feige, which are both white and both are men. Mecha Random noted Thompson, just like Brie Larson, Natalie Portman and other Hollywood types, like to talk down to the rest of us from their little ivory towers and say some of the most non-self-aware things, which is very, very true, because you can just see by all of this they really don't care about people. They don't. They care about themselves, and because if someone's getting more money than them, because they've been in a franchise longer than them, they want the same money. What I'm referring to there is Captain Marvel stating she wants the 15 to 20 million range that Chris Hemsworth received, Chris Evans, and all the other ones who have been in the actual saga for over a decade. That's what they want. They think that because they've been in one film that grossed $1 billion, I want 20 million a film. No, doesn't work like that. Because what really cracks me up, and I was speaking to a few people regarding this, and I was like, you know what, that you are absolutely right. Say you just got a normal person off the street or whatever, and you go into the film and all this kind of stuff, you know, you get the role, you get the coveted role of, just say Captain Marvel, and they offered you 5 million a film. You're not going to turn it down, are you? You're not going to go, oh, I want 20 mil. You're going to snap it up and be like, oh my god, I'm rich. You know, that sort of thing. When you got Robert Downey Jr., you know, fair enough, he did get in the range of like 75 million for the Avenger films and all this because he had backhanders. Because he didn't take an upfront fee. He was like, no, I'll take a percentage of the box office. That's it. And obviously, agents and all this, they work it out. And then when you pay them off, they got their money. But when you've only been in one film, and then you've been in another film for literally what? She was in Endgame altogether 8 minutes, 9 minutes, something like that. So her entire time as Captain Marvel probably spans to about 2 hours and 20 minutes. While you look at all the other ones, and some of them, they're going into the double digits of how many hours they've been on screen and how long they've been playing the character. But when you see Tessa Thompson then go out and say this kind of rubbish, it's like, what are you doing? Are you literally trying to commit career suicide? And a lot of people on Twitter, if what she said was said by a white man, that would be the end of it. That would literally be the end of their careers. Because they would literally mow them down and be like, oh, you're the racist person ever. How dare you say that? But because Tessa Thompson is a person of colour, she thinks it's fine to say. It's not. No matter what race, gender you are, saying those kind of things is not right. You just can't say them. But again, no, like Mecha Random did say, they look down from their ivory towers now because they're part of the elite. Because they're part of the crowd that draws in billions of dollars. Like, yeah, I'm worth it. Tessa Thompson, if you go and do a solo film as Valkyrie, you're not even going to make 500 million. But again, no, it's Marvel, and Disney, they'll probably do exactly what they did with Captain Marvel and buy the theatres out. I still believe in that, and when you read actual comments from other people who work for Warner Brothers, Universal and all these, they're like, yeah, they bought those theatres because when you got people actively saying it, myself, I've done it. I was going to theatres and Captain Marvel was never sold out. They were mostly empty. That's here in Cardiff. And again, you got people in New York, New Jersey, Tyrone Magnus. He went to a theatre and he said he went on opening day and the theatre was empty. Say no more. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.